Tell us
Hello.
when we're live.
Hello. Yeah, we're live now. Sorry to keep you guys waiting. I'll just give it a second.
Sorry to keep you guys.
Let me turn that off. Beautiful. No elevator music. Nah, I had OBS problems like normal. I did a new upgrade, and then they have like automated overlay, and then it just screws with your pre-existing overlay. So I had to remove that one. But how's everybody going? Got a few of the regulars in here. Hello, hello. Haiku, my friends in the house. 7 people for the 7 kingdoms. Sash, what did you do with your finger? Yes, that's a good question.
Oh my god, Push, you're on my case. Well, it's not something I did. I wish I had a more glamorous story, but the derm, I mean, I have a family history of skin cancer, so they're very careful with me. Although I'm very careful with the sun, but they had a spot that they were concerned about. It's actually fine, but they cut a lot of it. Like they completely numbed me, and they were sewing me up, and it was really, I hated that. And I had stitches in my hand that I have to get out.
Gruesome. I don't think I've ever had stitches before, believe it or not, which is crazy.
Well, this is my first time I've gotten. I guess like in here in the U.S., they're extremely preventative, like in the dermatology section compared to Europe. Like in Europe, they're like you're fine, but here they're super. And I think it also has to do a lot with money. Like people, I guess, like to charge certain things as well. But yeah, they're just very. So I don't know. They sewed me up. I didn't know that was happening actually until I saw that he was threading me up, and I was like, oh, okay.
Interesting.
You should see them for that. Get a nice little payout. And,
Classic.
deposit it to Haiku and earn some of that karma.
My dermatologist was asking me, like, as he was like, I don't know, doing the procedure, he was like, oh, so what is this about the blockchain if you're in crypto? So I was,
Who's the CEO of blockchain?
Huh?
Yeah.
Who is
Like,
the CEO?
who's Yeah, exactly. Yeah, people used to say that a long time ago. It's ridiculous. Like people who know nothing about blockchain asking like who the CEO is, what country
I just
was
think
it created?
it's Callum Roberts.
Yeah. Well, it is.
Thanks.
It is. Satoshi.
No. I'm Jay. But
We don't tell him shy. No.
Shy? No, not shy. I don't want. I just don't want attention. I got enough things to worry about. But DeFi Chad, have you got a interesting story in regards to stitches?
I've had like small butterfly stitches, you know, the little stickers they put on. But I did get into a car crash once. Well, I was on my bike, and ironically, a nurse ran me over and snapped my arm in half. And then the policeman was walking by just at the same time. So it's kind of ideal that you had 2 emergency response people right there. And then, yeah. Yeah, no, it's quite dangerous because my bike ended up getting pushed into this dual carriageway, which is cars are going quite fast, but I ended up on the road. I didn't even know my arm was broken until I could see it. And then it was basically bent in half. And then they put me on loads of gas, and I was really high, and it was amazing. But yeah, to fix it.
I think I've actually never felt better.
They put like metal spikes into my arm to but they weren't really stitches. I think that's the closest thing I've got.
Damn. That's yeah, I don't even come close to that. I think like the worst was like I was on a bike jump, and then like my foot went through the spokes, landed wrong. But besides that, like, yeah. Anyway, we've been talking shit for like 10 minutes, so we might jump into it. How should we kick it off? So, yeah, today's actually a good one. Today's a very big one. Got some very, very bullish news to tell you all. Obviously, an update on the launch with the agent as well, which has been very, very good feedback so far. So I'll share a little bit of that with you guys. and then also a little bit of what's coming up as well. But the first thing, we may as well jump into the funds retrieval. So, very glad to announce or share with you guys, we have received the first batch of the tokens, and those tokens are ready for you all today. So thank you for being extremely patient. Yep. We know it took longer than expected. We were, trying to make it as quickly as possible. But now, thankfully, at least the first batch is all complete. So that is only the small amount of, I believe, 215,000 worth in stablecoins. The second batch, which is halfway through, is according to the people I communicate with, it is 2 months away from today for the second batch. That probably means 3 months. Probably wasn't allowed to tell you guys, but you guys have been waiting, so why not? That will be for like the, 1.5 mil or whatever it was. So how you guys can access the funds, I'll quickly share my screen real quick. Alrighty. So you go to the classic app.mosaic.finance page. It has been updated. It's just the claim and the DAO page now. What you got to do is connect your wallets. Okay, it should be fine. Don't count how many letters I typed in. But yeah, it's pretty simple. All you got to do is read the terms. Just pretty much stating, how much we received. This is how much the loss was in total. And this is just the first batch, okay? Just to be clear. Once you're happy with that, then you can pretty much just agree. Please read everything as well. Please make sure you check the top here. That is the Mosaic site. The way it works as well, we wanted to reduce all of the smart contract risk. So instead of being in a smart contract, essentially we will distribute that twice a month. So the first and the third of the Mondays of each month. This does mean, we just missed this Monday, but for you guys here, and I'll do an announcement in Discord as well after this. Anybody that gets it in the next 24 hours, I'll do the distribution for all of you guys. And then the next one will be next Monday, and then we can do the first few every few weeks. That is more than fine. I believe that should be it. But yeah, please as well, for the Discord captains, admins, and anybody else, please don't share links in the general chats. Just forward them to the announcement. Obviously, we just want to make sure that no one's trying to scam our community. But yeah, any questions, guys, feel free to throw it into the chat. When you do sign the message, it will come up with the amount of tokens that you'll be getting in this first batch. I think it displays your share in Theseus and Hercules and the amount of NFTs that you hold. So just to make sure you guys are aware, those NFT holders, you did get, there was like 200k in the Theseus vault if you're a hoplite holder. So those at the snapshot at the time of the incident, those at the time of the snapshot, the time of the removal of the liquidity of the NFTs, is going to receive those tokens. Hopefully that made sense. I'll do a write-up anyway, and then if there's any questions, feel free to open up in the Discord. checking the chat.
Post,
Yeah, go for gold.
Post just asked, how long will people be able to claim their refund?
Yeah, so we're gonna do. We talked to legal about this. For now, it's currently set at 6 months. And then yeah, we can assess as we go. But at the moment, it is 6 months. I blame Musk and his chainsaw for slow refund process.
Also, shout out our background. Just wanted to shout that out.
Yeah. It is actually good. So Dune Bike has been doing a bunch of graphic design work. Hopefully all of this stuff will be updated and all over our socials and everything in the coming week. But yeah, she's doing a killer job for sure. Read that one. Okay, it looks to be all good. Anyway, I'll put the link in the chat as well. You guys know it, but that is the official link. Moving on. So, product deep dive.
Is there anything else you want? Sorry, got too excited.
No, you go. Go for gold.
No, I was gonna ask. You beat me too. But I was gonna ask if there was anything else you wanted to highlight or touch on.
Yeah. So, the agent. We've had a lot of. It's been a very good week. What do you guys think for the first couple of weeks of the agent? What have your guys' honest thoughts? I meant you guys hosting with me, not the community. The community too, but
Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been a fan of it ever since the beta. But I think it's an amazing product. I literally show it to everyone that I know, even people who are not trading. And I especially to people who are not trading because I feel like it's such an easy UI. And yeah, I used it to bridge even yesterday. Like I don't go to Uniswap anymore. I just use Haiku.
That's amazing, and it's great to see so many people, even in this early bird phase, try it out and stick around and use it. And yeah, me myself, I mean, once you experience it, once you get that magic moment, why would you waste your time manually executing 100 transactions just to place a position? You know, in that time, you're wasting your own time, you're wasting loads of potential gas, and you know, you're not executing it efficiently on that basis. Just one command, one simple confirmation, and boom, you've got the whole thing sorted out. So you can exit and return and enter, whatever. Yeah, it's something once you feel it, and you know that the intent engine behind it is executing it properly. Then yeah, it's you don't really go anywhere else. What's the point?
What's the point?
I gotta be honest too, like a few weeks ago, I didn't know what a cross-chain delta neutral strategy was. And I definitely had to learn what that was. But now, and if you thought I was gonna like learn all the steps as well to open one of that kind of position, I would not. So it's really cool that all these like complicated positions and in finance or in DeFi, I'm able to just do. And then my money is sitting somewhere and I'm like, okay, well, I think it's pretty safe. So for me, I love it. I love anything passive.
I was looking at Stargate for bridging, because Stargate to me, obviously they're amazing, right? I was just comparing the results, like the efficiency between Haiku and I should have wrote it down, but essentially we beat them by quite a bit, and it was done in like 3 seconds instead of waiting like the slow version or whatever. So it's all just about education now, really. Stargate, one of the best indeed. Yeah. They have a really good new design as well for their advanced trading. Do check it out, or advanced bridging, I should say. But yeah, I wanted to share some feedback as well that I've seen on our socials or wherever else. People been like commenting or DMing me a lot actually, which has been fantastic. So yeah, some feedback, what people have been saying. We've noticed a lot of people that are cleaning up their wallets by prompting to wipe the dust into like ETH or into a gas token and stuff like that. So we are going to do a shortcut button for that. It was actually a shit ton of people trying to do that, which is interesting. We had some people who were talking to the agent thinking it had historical history essentially of the chat, which it does not have yet. So there was quite a few trying to do this. So we are looking to integrate that for you guys soon. I believe we are actually testing a solution for that. Push as well. He mentioned about dust being left behind from the agent. So we have a fix for that. Thank you, Push. Now it should leave 0. It depends what it is. If it's like a LP, I think it leaves 0 now. But yeah, there are a few little fixes we're doing. And then in the end, it's like the tiniest amount now, which is really good. So thank you, Push. And the last one I will share would be people wanting to request the agent to put funds into pools that are not whitelisted. So we came up with a new feature, which, yeah, I should have showed you guys, but I don't have it set up on my screen. But essentially, you can type @ in the prompt, and it will show you. Well, you do @ and then you type in like USDC. And then it will show you all of the different USDCs that we cover and all of the chains, any pool that has integrated USDC. And it goes down to like different protocols that you can pick, different tokens, different pools. And then I think we're going to come out with different categories as well. So you can be like @ meme coins, and then we'll list all the meme coins that are whitelisted, and we'll make it very, very clear for you guys. So all of this stuff is coming back from your feedback, so thank you. Do keep them coming in. If there's any more, throw them in the chat as well.
Just to jump in on that too, it's worth saying that all the valuable feedback you guys give will go towards your karma as well. So there'll be manual karma rewards for all of the valuable and decent feedback that you're giving. And obviously there's been so much already, which Callum has touched on. So yeah, good stuff. Focus on that karma.
This is going to be terrible yet amazing for my meme coin trading addiction.
Yeah. Well, there's an interesting new feature just for you as well. It's not live. It's work in progress. But say if you want to buy a token on like Virtuals that has just been listed, what we are going to do is if you get that token address, then you can essentially prompt to buy that token, and then you paste in the token address, and then you can buy it through our routing. That's one way we can get away from training the LLM on the token, and gives you guys access to tokens from day one. We are looking to make it as seamless for you guys as possible. But I know this was highly requested because a lot of like meme coin traders like Sash want to buy these tokens as soon as they launch, right? That's where all the volume is. So we want to make sure we can cater for those users as well.
Oh yeah, you know I'm getting that early entry.
You can be the first tester.
Nice. I'm excited. Was there anything else that you wanted to touch on, Callum?
Yeah. Well, I wanted to ask the guys in the chat as well. Solana and Hyperliquid. Okay, so we're talking to them about integrating them into our solver. Talking to both teams. we haven't decided who yet. It all comes down on if Hyperliquid has 7702 integrated, when that will be, and then if it's going to be soon, and then we'll focus on them. If not, Solana will be next. But this is also feedback, or what we've seen on X, where everybody trying to interact with Hyperliquid is not a fun time. I was talking to someone today, and it's like, to do his like daily activities, it takes like 8 loops or transactions in one protocol, and that's just one protocol. So I know they need help massively, and there's a shit ton of volume there, right? So if we can target that, I think it's a very good way that we can boost up our volume metrics as well.
I think it was, and I think we'd also be curious to know what chains that everyone else is also actively using all the time. I'm curious myself. So
yeah, well, we have analytics in the works. I'm not sure if DeFi Chad would touch on it a little bit. But yeah, we are talking to DeFi Llama. We're already on our end. They're just integrating it onto DeFi Llama. And then you guys can see all of the analytics for the different chains, where volume is where, and so on. So right now, I mean, on Berachain, I know in the last week, we had like 400K, which is pretty damn decent, considering it's quite closed off. Not sure on the other chains yet until they're integrated. But yeah, massive success there on Berachain, at least so far. Considering we've been very selective with who we allow in. Really quickly, I'm just gonna pump through all the other shit we've been doing on the product side. Okay, so classic UI, that will be finished the design by Friday. Will probably take a week and a half to polish up for the back and front end, and then that will go live. So it's a much slimmer design. It took a lot of your feedback as well, the community. So yeah, that won't be too much longer. We had another design brought back to us. It wasn't good enough. But this new design I've seen is like tip top. Otherwise, yeah, there's a bunch of other improvements, but I won't bore with you guys. I know there's a lot of questions that we want to get through by the end. So I might pass the ball on to who's jumping in next, Sash?
me, I am.
Right.
Honestly, there's nothing like super different that my strategy hasn't changed that much from last week. I went to a lot of events and met a lot of interesting characters and potential people to integrate with, and also people in the Solana Foundation as well, and a bunch of different chains. So that was very helpful. It's crazy. I mean, not all events are very helpful, but it is crazy how much easier it is to push the needle forward or to open a conversation when you meet someone in person. It really is tenfold. There's so many events happening in New York this summer, and then also the rest of this. There's events constantly happening in crypto, but especially this past month. Like right now, it was it was just Solana Accelerate. It was stablecoin, and now it's Tech Week. So there are always different events going on this month. So it's always interesting to see who I can connect with to kind of advance things. I don't know if you guys have any questions for me, but that's also the extent. We cannot announce things until they're fully put through. But there are some very exciting things in the works, some great conversations that I'm super grateful. And I think that's also the best part of living in New York. Everyone comes here. So yeah. If you guys have any questions, please let me know. Callum, did you have any questions for me, perhaps?
Yeah, so I know we have Shritim as well. He wants to talk at one of these conferences as well. yeah, so what's happening there? Have we started reaching out to anybody, or yeah, if you can touch on that a little bit.
So Sritam is coming, which is great because I think there's no better duo than a conversation opener and the quant. Or not, he's not just a quant, but you know what I mean. To give the technical explanation on the back end, because he is very good at eloquently explaining this. So we have the permissionless event coming up at the end of this month. And he is going to basically, we're going to go around and perhaps have a booth or something, or we're planning maybe a speech or a little event that could possibly happen. And so, yeah, we'll see, once there's more updates, that once it's closer, we'll let you guys know what that is. But if anyone's in New York, definitely let us know. And yeah, we'll try to get something cooked up. I'm definitely going to ETHCC to celebrate my first year in crypto. That's how I got into crypto in the first place. So I will also be doing my due diligence there.
Nice. Happy birthday.
Sorry? Yeah, my
Happy
crypto
birthday.
Yes,
Yeah.
thank you. If you told me a year ago that I would be, this deep into crypto, I would literally ask you what's crypto. So I think we've come a long way since then.
No turning back.
Nice.
Yes, I definitely hit up like Chain and our partners to see if we can sneak onto some on some stages. Because yeah, Shritam kills it, as you said. He's literally like a little genius. So
he explained everything to me the first day so well.
Yeah.
I was rehearsing it a lot. I'm even rehearsing things week by week to improve my pitch, to make it even better.
Yeah. There are a couple Cave Off, I think, are doing an event. And so, yeah, we'll reach out to some of our marketing partners as well, because they might have events going on.
The chat as well, 1212 said, is that 400k volume on Chain through Haiku? That is correct. Up only initiated. Yep, ran the program. Tell Jupiter to use Haiku API. Yeah, we'll be using well, I mean, we could make it selective just for Jupiter, right? But surely they have like some type of aggregator already, just for Jupiter. Everyone likes spanking from time to time. Interesting. And then yeah, you guys should also focus on linear. There will have their MetaMask card transactions routed there. Yeah, am I in contact with them? I'm not even sure. Are we? Yeah.
With who?
With linear.
With linear? No, but I'll write them.
Yeah. Cool. With Jupiter, I meant agent usage. Tell them to integrate. They have their own agents? What do you mean push? Yeah. I'm still confused.
Yeah.
But yeah. Sorry, Sash?
Are you familiar with Jupiter?
To be honest, I've never used it. Obviously, I know what it is. I've been on their site. I've never done, I think I've done 2 transactions on Solana in my life.
No way.
Yeah, I know.
I love Solana.
I'm a boomer.
I love Solana, even though a lot of my Solana is down right now, and it's very depressing because last week it was doing very well.
Right.
But we moved.
It's a Bitcoin cycle.
Sorry?
It's a Bitcoin Pepe hype cycle.
Yep, it is.
Yeah.
Okay, so someone said Sonic is over Solana. Luckily, we're going to have all of them.
Sonic better than Solana. I mean, obviously we're integrated with Sonic, right?
Yeah.
Sweet.
Titan is new.
What is next?
Well, I want to hear from DeFi Chad and hear what he has been working on the growth and marketing side, because I know Dune did an
Nice.
amazing job with these designs, but DeFi
Yeah.
Chad's doing a lot as well. So we want to hear all about it.
Yeah, I guess a quick update. So, as you guys know, we're working pretty hard on preparing everything for Haiku Karma, which will be our major referral and rewards campaign. So you might have seen it, but we have released Haiku Early Bird, which is your early ticket to earning rewards, aka karma, for every swap, every lend and bridge, a complicated position that you put on across all of our supported chains and protocols and so on. So yeah, I guess that's your chance right now to be an early bird OG, lock in some of those rewards and get yourself near the top of the leaderboard before we release the leaderboard. So at this stage, you might not see it yet in the platform, but all of the karma you're earning from your intents and your volume and your feedback as well is going to be retrospectively awarded. And yeah, hopefully in the next couple of weeks or so, you'll see a leaderboard, and that's where you'll start to visually see all of your karma accumulate. And yeah, so as you know, we're working with a number of partners who we're already integrated with across BearChain and beyond, and they're going to help us amplify the karma program. And we're launching with 2 of those pretty soon to try and boost the already impressive numbers we've got. So we've got hundreds of people on Karma on Haiku Agent right now, lots of decent volume, even though we've barely launched. So we're going to boost that a bit with a couple of partners who are going to bring in their community. And then, yeah, once we launch, will be there'll be an explosive increase of different people seeing Haiku Agent for the first time, trying it out, and experiencing those magic moments of seeing what you can do with a simple command. So yeah, to achieve all of that, there's lots of organization, lots of planning in the background. Integrating Haiku, as Callum said, with DeFi Llama, and also purely from our backend perspective, we're working with Cookie 3 to get some pretty atomic molecular data on users so that we can always refine what we're providing and sort of what's successful, what's not. Yeah, so lots going on. I would recommend you guys definitely, if you're not already, get yourself onto Haiku Agent, get some of that early karma, because that will really help you stay near the top of the leaderboard as we release Haiku Unleashed and as we bring on KOLs and expand our marketing push and integrate ourselves across all of DeFi. Yeah, so focus on that. Future's bright, as you've heard from all of our product updates. We're laser focused on making sure Haiku is the easiest, most rewarding way that you can manage your portfolio, no matter how complex your strategies and all the rest of it. So yeah, this is that early time to really get rewarded for being an OG, or as we call it, an EB, an early bird.
Yeah, so those early birds as well, you will, as DeFi Chad mentioned, like the time to get karma would be now before everybody else is taking the opportunity. So yeah, those different partners that will be sharing it with the communities very shortly. Once they're getting involved, obviously you can still earn karma, but you guys being an early bird do have a decent advantage to increase your karma, and then those do come with some decent rewards.
So tell your friends.
So tell your friends, your wife, your family,
your kids,
your kids,
Your children.
your stepchildren.
This is a good chance to get your kids in the financial markets.
That's exactly
trading
right.
memes.
What a great way to get them started.
Wow. So easy, even your child could do it. So easy that your child could manage it for you. That's so
And
good.
who knows? Maybe the pocket change you give them actually ends up getting spent on the next Pepe, and then suddenly they
That's a
retire
good
you.
prompt. Use
No,
my
Yeah,
I said
pocket
people
change to buy the top meme coin.
people joke about how they should have gotten into like instead of like being like in their mom's like womb, they should have been like investing in real estate or into crypto. I actually think about that all the time. Not to that extent, but like how 5 years ago I should have been putting my $20 a month towards I don't know, Bitcoin or something. So now there's going to be an easy way for people to do that.
yeah.
Looking at the chat,
Future of France.
this might be for you, DeFi Chad. Will the provided
Yeah.
feedback be rewarded for Discord and DApp alike? Many users provided feedback via Discord channels.
Yeah, I think for feedback to ensure that it's the right people are rewarded, you won't get karma just for some generic, effortless sort of comment you make. So a lot of that will be manual. So a little bit of work on our end. But yeah, anyone that we're speaking to, anyone that provides feedback by following the link on the site or speaking to us in Discord, yeah, based on that feedback, we'll provide karma to that person. So we'll be able to get their wallet address, and we'll be able to apply that as needed.
As well as those that helped for the beta, we'll make sure you guys get rewarded for that effort as well.
I think Pepe Silva.
Sorry?
I think Pepe Silva had a question as well. Where is it? How can you get some of that? Well, yeah, I guess maybe your strategy wouldn't be referrals unless you find a clever way to generate referrals to a larger audience. Your strategy would be using submitting complex intents and generating some of that volume, and there will be social sharing rewards every now and then, and it won't matter how many followers you have to earn that way. So yeah, there'll be loads of ways you can earn still without being having a massive following.
Yeah, making it as fair for every type of user as possible. DeFi Chat did a very good job actually making it, making sure every type of user, whether you're a whale, whether you're an influencer, whether it's just an OG, making sure everybody has the opportunity to earn some decent points or karma.
Amazing. Should we move on to the Discord questions?
Yeah, let's do it. Do you have them handy?
Yes. Yes, I do. Okay. Someone asked, how is Haiku handling execution related costs like gas fees, price impact, and slippage across different protocol routes? And how are these also being improved currently? I need certain.
Nah, it should be right. So with slippage, we have finished smart slippage. I think it will be released in the next big batch at the end of the week. But yeah, this allows our solver to determine the best slippage to use across the dexes we use. It essentially looks at the amount you want to use or swap or trade, and then calculates the impact, then chooses the best option, which will reduce your cost. So you guys won't need to do anything to access the feature. It will all be automatic the way it should be. Price impact wise, we split up orders across different dexes or routes. As this is a end-to-end solver, if we need to have a certain token in a later stage, we can determine what the best token is in an earlier stage to reduce the costs over the entire trip. But yeah, there's a few other improvements with like time-based execution that will reduce costs even further. And yeah, this is something we're always improving, like literally every single week. Last thing, what was it? The gasless trades, gasless trade. So do you guys want gasless trades or not? Because it's quite easy for us to set up. Do people use it? I don't know. Let me know in chat if you want it. I can spin that up for you guys.
Amazing. Next question. Are we working with market makers to assist in the launch of the token?
So we will be, of course. It's pretty standard if you're being listed on a centralized exchange. It is quite interesting though. You see like more volume now going to like decentralized exchanges, thanks to Hyperliquid mainly. So obviously our background, at my old firm, we used to be the biggest market maker on Binance. So we will make sure that we can, make sure that there is a liquidity there, that you aren't going to be dumped on day one. The launch is the most important time for a token. So yeah, we're going to make sure that the launch will have liquidity there to provide some good market making.
Amazing. Someone also asked an interesting question, that how are we sure that people aren't kind of stealing our code for their product?
Yeah. So this is the one about the VC.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was actually a good question. I skimmed through it before. So it is something you got to be aware of, because, whenever you have these meetings, whether it is a potential partner for integrations, for API or whatever else, or it could be like a investor that has invested in like another intent solver product, right? So it is very, very, very common for people in this industry to have these meetings, act excited like they're going to partner with you, to get more information and find your secret sauce. So it does happen quite a lot. We're very, my eyes have been open to that for a very long time. So we make sure that we don't share too much. Even when we sign NDAs, I still try not to share too much. Yeah, we're very cautious. The best thing they can do is integrate our API in the end of the day, but they can't steal our code because it is a black box off chain.
And someone asked something about treasury address and where the team keeps its ETH from the withdrawn liquidity pool as it is a DAO.
Yeah, this was for the hack victims, right? So I'll do a big announcement post after the call in our Discord. I'll share the link to that treasury account as well. And then you guys can track it if you want. So yeah, that will be up in like an hour.
Someone's asking about whether they're able to see API partnership metrics and swap volume. And how does it compare to, for example, to like Li-Fi's early days?
Yeah, so we are going to be integrated on DeFi Llama. I'm literally getting messages popping up in Telegram saying, they're trying to integrate it right now. So once that is live, then you guys can view that. Comparing it to Li-Fi, not really apple to oranges. Plus, I think they only were on DeFi Llama not that long ago. I think it was like late last year. So they've been around for like, 3-4 years or something. Data doesn't go back then that far for them. So yeah, I don't think I can find that unless I really wanted to put in the work. But yeah, what I can say is so far, because we have a very closed off early bird launch that people are waiting to get in, yeah, the volume so far has actually been better than I thought. Obviously, yeah, Barrier Chain 400k for the week. I'm not sure what the other chains are. Obviously, we're very Barrier Chain focused, so it's probably the most, I would say, by, I don't know. My guess is probably at least double other chains, but that's a complete guess. We'll see. We'll find out this week.
Nice. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people are asking about PGE, of course, but also there's other questions that are also talking about the protocols we're going to choose to incorporate. And what does something like voting/governance look like on Haiku? Is there a place for it on agents in general? Yeah. How would you answer that?
So the governance one, let me just pull that one up. Who was it by?
This was by Aura Vibrant Snowsies.
I don't.
Baiku Jonathan. It's really awesome.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, I can't find it, and I can't open up my Discord anymore. So yeah, can you repeat the question again in terms of the decentralized? Because I think there's two questions there.
Yes. So how do we go about suggesting new protocols to incorporate? And what does something like voting/governance look like on Haiku? Is there a place for it on agents in general? Yeah, that's where most of his attention is.
Yes. Sorry. Can you just say it one more time? I can't hear the question properly.
The first part is, how do we suggest new protocols to incorporate? How do we go about suggesting new protocols to incorporate?
Right, that's what I was losing track of. Protocols. Okay, so protocols. So how do we integrate protocols? So obviously we have to whitelist them first. You don't just get access to any and every protocol. However, we will be releasing that feature that I mentioned earlier, where you can use the token address and then you can interact with it from day one. That feature won't be live for a little bit though. In terms of partner integrations, so we actually have, I'll share it here. So we have Berra Borrow, Berra Pour, and then I think a few more Berra Hub pools as well that will be live at the end of this week, which is amazing. So with these guys, we have to integrate, we have to whitelist and review their code, make sure that there isn't any funny business. Something can be like, I know, tax, right? Tax, that could affect our intent solver. So there's all these little nuances and stuff that we've got to make sure through reading a lot of code. So once that's done, and then we do some testing, obviously, and then we can integrate. If it is quite similar with another project, then it does fast track it. And yeah, it makes the auditing process a lot quicker. But with our product, we only are integrating the primary and the best projects, just because we don't want people to be prompting into garbage too much, unless they're directly like requesting that specifically. Yeah, there is a sort of duty of care as well that we want to make sure for our users, and it will also make sure that the efficiency of the AI is tip top as well. And what was the second part of that question? Sorry.
What does something like voting/governments look like on Haiku? Is there a place for it on agents in general?
So voting and governance, that will come with the token being launched. So yeah, when THG happens, we'll talk to the community on the structure of the DAO. Once that is agreed with you guys and with us, then we'll start opening up the governance. But yeah, you do have to have the token. I mean, there are different methods for that, but primarily what legal wants to see is tokens to be distributed as far and wide as possible across different countries, different users, and that way it is actually truly decentralized. So that will be coming later on. And what was the last bit about the agent?
Sorry. No, it's just that that's where most of my attention is. That's what he said.
Mm-hmm. Okay, cool. Any other questions?
Yeah, he mentioned something about Web3 gaming and something like Bullas and Future Girl. What does this look like on Haiku? But then Push answered Web3 gaming has nothing to do with Haiku.
That's okay, because it sort of does. We have a partner who is integrating our solver into their game. So this allows their users to trade on chain inside the game, and it will be routed through Haiku. So they're currently testing the API now. They've been testing for a few weeks. If it works for them, and then if there are games in the future that do require, people to trade in the game, and then potentially they can use our solver as well. So there is a part potentially for that. We do mean anything to anything with our solver. So that's definitely something for. I'm sure there'll be more partners in the future on the gaming side as well.
Nice. And then one of the last ones here is Push mentioned why people should hold the token post TGE, and he asked, could the team and community initiate a dialogue and potentially draft a proposal regarding future revenue sharing before TGE?
Right. So with TGE, or with the token in general, right? There's a reason why revenue wasn't in the MIP at the time. Typically, you want to avoid certain terminology. What needs to be done, if the community wants it, is the community needs to come forward through the DAO and propose for such a revenue utility for the token. Right, we can't do that. Trust me, I've talked to multiple legal teams. It's pretty standard. If we did, that would increase the chances of being a security and being approved or passing the Howey test. So the best approach and what they legal recommended, if anybody wanted that feature, is to raise it during the DAO. And then if the token is distributed far and wide, then we can vote for it. But I do agree, the community has raised it before. I agree with the community. I think it's a good idea. I think, I'll be probably voting yes to that if the community raises that one.
Very nice. There's just a few more comments here in the YouTube. Someone's asking if we're going to get support from a crypto influencer at any point. I'm personally...
Okay, hang on a minute. Sash is a crypto influencer, and she's been supporting us all over X and everywhere. So yes.
I'm definitely an emerging crypto influencer of some sort, but I'm also connected to a lot of crypto influencers that are trying things out as well. So yeah, don't you worry. That is definitely in the works. Also, people suggested some fun little marketing ideas like smart slippers, the new Haiku merch, which is actually really good.
That's cool.
And also, that is very cool. I was telling Cal we need something to hand out at different conferences and events, so smart slippers could be very cool.
Another good one was the origami bird, right? So if we have like a bit of information about haiku, sort of in an orange origami bird, and then we throw loads of them around events, and then it can be unwrapped and like a QR code or something they can scan, get some fee
That's so
discounts,
good.
whatever.
I 100.
Yeah, I want the slippers. I want the slippers.
Yeah,
I
you
need
should.
slippers.
You should definitely make them.
Yeah.
Low slippage slippers. I like it.
But yeah,
Slippers for those that have the best karma. What do you reckon?
That's a good
yeah,
idea.
that's actually really good. It's a good reward.
But yeah, I did see there was a bunch of TGE when TGE, so I will touch on that real quick as well. So I mean, it's a good question for you guys in the community right now, right? So you guys are pretty much everybody messaging is part of the hardcore community. So what is your opinion, right? Do you want to launch the token with like essentially say now with less funds raised? Because that does mean, you know, it will eliminate us being able to raise in the future from VCs. I will mention that they were waiting for metrics, for volume, for us to go live for users. That was sort of like the last thing, right? So now we are in the stage that we are collecting those. We're collecting that data. Pretty much everything they wanted, we're now collecting. We have this big campaign coming up as well, thanks to DeFi Chad. So it does look like, and through the overwhelming feedback from the community, from people, from strangers. So a little insight as well. We actually, I think I invited like 70 people. And then I think we like 8x'd that just through people referring their friends and stuff. So the mechanisms are already working without us even, fully launching the leaderboard or anything, which is pretty insane, right? So once we actually release that, I think we're going to get, and our partner projects, who will be sharing it with all of their communities. Like there's a shit ton of really solid Bearer Chain and other NFT projects as well that will be sharing their vanity link with their community. So there's a really good position for us to start blowing up now on socials. I would imagine, my guess would probably be like a couple of weeks and stuff. You'll start seeing this a lot more on socials. Certainly by the end of the month, without a doubt. And you'll start seeing like the metrics and stuff on our socials and everything else. So we are in a very good position. So if we do TG now, it does eliminate any possibility of raising from those VCs. Or we can launch now with less raise, and then, we won't have enough. We'll need to raise through another mechanism, through the public. If you guys have suggestions on how to do that, I'm always open to ears. I do know Echo, for instance, they're raising hardly anything right now, and they're like the go-to place, right? So yeah, I think it could be shooting us in the foot if we did it straight away. But yeah, more than happy to open the conversation with you guys.
Yes, that's a great way to address this. Someone said whatever is best for Haiku. We appreciate that, and we ensure that we're doing everything in our power to make sure that there is, the best outcome. And not to when you rush into these things, it never really works on everyone's behalf. So, yeah. But those are pretty much the questions.
We want the best for Haiku as well. We all want our tokens as well, right? I want to stake them. I want to earn. I want discounts. All the other benefits from holding the token, right? But I know that, at least for me, I believe it will be better to not rush into it, as in like do it right now. But yeah, we're a lot closer to finishing this raise now, and yeah, I think we'd be shooting ourselves in the foot if we do it soon.
100% agree. Well, those are pretty much the questions. Was there anything else that anyone wanted to add, including Callum and Chad, DeFi Chad?
No.
Just keep using early bird, guys, and get that karma. Now's the time.
Yes.
Great closing statement.
That's what I would say as well. More prompting, more karma, more benefit in the future. I'm using it myself. Actually, I'm not gonna get her. I'm not gonna be in the leaderboard, unfortunately. But yeah, keep the feedback coming, please. As I mentioned, honestly, literally, like, I think 80% of the feedback you guys have brought in, we've done something about it, or are in the process of doing something. So yeah, more feedback, the better. Also, please check out the Haiku site as well if you want to claim. I'll send that over to anybody that signs it tomorrow. But yeah, I think we can wrap that one up here.
Great.
Last little chats. 1212 said, sounds like we're close to the finish line. Get the data, give it to the VCs, close the rounds. Yeah, exactly. But then again, you know, as that other person mentioned, you always got to be skeptical of the VCs and what they say. Pepe, I understand quality takes time, but the crypto space also moves fast. Yeah, 100%. Luckily, though, our product is probably like twice as good as any other competitor today, at least. All right. Beautiful. Well, let's wrap it up there. Thank you all for joining. I'll post in the Discord about the Mosaic fund soon. Let's go. That's going to help me wake up, which is fantastic. And yeah, hope you all have a good week and collect that karma.
Yes. Good karma.
Take care, guys. See you on the flip side. See you
See
in
you
the
guys.